absence, and the crowd are absolutely loving it. We've had a live lightning show in the arena, and Phil Taylor is about to take on Steve West, who was the best performer yesterday. The best performer today has just been on. Phil Taylor's got a tough act to follow up. Michael van Gerwen's near 110 average. Paul Nicholson, we've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, we have. I mean, a lot of us thought that Phil would never return to the European Tour. Even he said, maybe I've been there for the last time. He couldn't resist coming back to Vienna, though. He's playing someone who played extremely well yesterday in Steve West. A brilliant performance against Mervyn King. And he's going to have to do that again, I feel, against Phil, who was about to embark on a world tour to New Zealand, to Japan, to China. He's going to be playing a lot of darts in the next month, and it all starts here.
Yep, Phil Taylor last appeared in the European Tour in Gibraltar 2 years ago. He lost in this stage of the tournament to Michael Smith, so we'll be hoping for a better showing than that time around.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg is Steve to throw first. Game on.
But
There's blood to Westy.
Yeah, Steve West yesterday, after he beat Mervyn King, he came off stage and said, I know that I can beat Phil Taylor. He said he'd played him a couple of times in the last few months. Taylor's
60.
won 6-4 and 6-5, so he's not run away with it against West.
No, not at all. I mean, the thing about playing Phil is that you've got to get the first one out of the way. Once you've played him once, and you've had the crowd at your back, and you know all the things that come with playing Phil Taylor, once you're used to that, it's just another dart match against someone who's maybe a little bit better than most of the other guys.
140.
Yeah, the man who's taken up his mantle as the top player in world darts, Michael van Gerwen, just absolutely went to town on Johnny Clayton in the last match. Just gives a few words to sum up that one, Paul.
Effortless.
23.
Brilliance. I mean, run out of superlatives really for Michael van Gerwen. A couple of legs there, it was 11 and a 10, and you just think, oh, he's terrible. Where's the nines?
81.
We're aching for a 9 darter.
Well, he almost hit one in the very first leg. Well, he went 6 darts into it.
What you should have seen are the PDC staff who wanted to get it on camera. First leg of the match. They were like Usain Bolt going backstage to front stage. It was so funny. And he completely missed the first attempt on the treble for the 141, but
140.
completed the leg in 10. That's no mug.
Well, Steve West is in pole position in the first leg of this match. Won the ball and is hoping to win the first leg. 80 remaining after 12 darts thrown.
140.
That's pretty similar to the way he was playing yesterday. Good, solid stuff. His doubles at the end of the match against Mervyn King were brilliant. And this is where he finished the match at tops. Ooh,
50.
He's gone next door. He's going to come back.
Yeah, it leaves a little bit of a conundrum. Does he go straight for the double 15?
Thinking about the way his darts land and what Phil's going to have left. It's going to be 114.
30.
Let's see what he's going to do. Straight for it. Man, why not?
The first leg.
When you're
Steve
confident,
West,
you just say, okay, it's just another
Game
double.
on.
You don't think too much. You just get the job done. That's what he did there.
Taylor's in the treble this time.
81.
But only one of those darts finding its target. 81 he starts with.
60.
Phil's travel wallet is going to be full of different currencies now. His passport's going to get a few different stamps over the next month. He can guarantee, because he's here in Vienna,
59.
he wants to leave a stamp here of his own.
Yeah, the crowd have been waiting for this all day. To be fair, Paul, they've been singing Phil Taylor's
60.
name in every interval between every game.
And speaking as a player, that does get on your nerves when he's not even on the oche. But that's what you get when you're a 16-time world champion and a multi-major winner. You get your voice chanted everywhere, and it's starting to happen with MVG as well, and Peter Wright.
Well, that gets under the other players' skins, Paul, but how do you
57.
get under Phil Taylor's skin?
Nice question. You put me right on the spot.
I thought you might have tried a thing or two in the past.
Maybe tried a couple of things. Some I'm proud of, some I'm not.
81.
But to get under his skin, he's got to have 32 left and I've got to hit 170. Or someone else has got to do that. That really does hurt him because it's happened an inordinate amount of times. I spoke to Phil at the backstage at the Nottingham Premier League once, and he said, why do people keep doing this to me? Mark Webster did it that night. He was sitting on 32. Mark chipped to 170. It just happens to him more than other people.
He's looking likely to level up. He returned for 57. 17 for double top.
57.
The key here for Steve West is to maintain rhythm. Because last night it was flawless. Just like that shot from Phil Taylor. Clinical as you like.
Steve to throw first. Game on.
That's where his first start was last night. It was deadly.
Because
of the way he throws, it spins in the air. And if he gets that first start in, he can be a very heavy scorer when he gets going.
Yeah, first max of the match goes to Steve West.
He got a few last night, didn't he? Was it 6?
Yeah, I think it was 6 most of the day.
When you have the most maximums of the day and the highest average
60.
and arguably the best performance, well, you've got to get confidence from that.
Yeah, and then you get Phil Taylor in the next round as your reward.
Well, if you're playing with confidence,
121.
there's no better time to play him. You don't want to play him when you're lacking confidence.
So far in this match, Taylor's not hitting the heights that we're used to seeing, or that we've just seen from MVG.
I don't think Phil will be worried about that. He'll just want to get up there and try and win the match.
Everything's been pretty straightforward for the seeded players so far tonight. Chisnell, Fassen, Wright and Van Gerwen all through at a canter, really.
Yeah, it's been plain sailing so far.
43.
Steve West is hoping that isn't the case in this match.
106.
This is an important shot because this could break him. Treble 18. Gets it. Double 16 for the first break of the match. And there it is.
Shot on the
right in the meat of that double.
Phil Taylor. 4 luggage Phil to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, he breaks a throw and in a leg that Steve West started with 180.
How do you stop a player with confidence? You do things like that. Small victories add up to very, very big results.
Taylor lands the first blow.
81.
Winner of this match
60.
will play Kim Huybrechts, who had a very good win today against Chris Dobie. I think the performance from Kim was very good. It follows on from what he did at the World Cup last week.
121.
And speaking of Chris upstage in the practice room, he said, I expected Kim to play well and I didn't click.
100.
But I can expect Kim to play some really good darts over the next few months because he always plays well after the World Cup.
Yeah, and he's certainly a player who knows how to get under the skin of some of his opponents. Remember a match at the World Championship against Phil Taylor.
Yeah.
He's up to all sorts of antics on stage. Taylor's left 159 here.
Well, Kim tends to leave respect in the practice
57.
room. And that's not a bad thing to do, really. If you're going to get under a player's skin, it might just be that one little thing that turns a match in your favour. Know for a fact that Phil will not.
159, he carried on throwing at the treble 20 there. He's left 19 from 159, Phil Taylor.
It's been said many times.
140.
Phil has his own way of going
19.
and he's never been known as one of the best counters in darts.
He's not quite in the league of Gerwin Price earlier today.
I don't think anybody is. Not today. Sorry, Gerwin.
Game shot on the fourth flag. Phil Taylor. Fifth flag is Steve to throw first. Game on.
A few years ago, when we noticed that Phil was leaving things like 168 and 159, 162, in this case 19, he just thought, it's just a bad counting situation, but it happens a lot. What you have to do as an opponent is just recognise that it's going to happen. don't let it put you off.
Yeah, for those that missed it
60.
earlier on today, Gerwyn Price had 173, and he fired in a 177 without checking what he had left. And that was a real turning point in that match for him.
Yeah, it was huge.
Because he never really recovered. A perfect dart for West to follow, and he does.
140.
Yeah, good visit from Steve. Previous visit, he was getting very, very angry with himself. He needs to keep that under control.
Solid
from Phil.
Steve require 167.
He's making Steve have to hit really good shots to give himself chances.
Yep, Taylor topping the ton mark now in the average, and he wants 87 for an 11 or 12 dart leg. Well, now he wants the middle of the board, the bullseye.
50.
Not to be this time.
Steve require 87.
Dear. Steve West has got exactly the same shot, so what can he do with 87? Same route. Bullseye, can he hit it?
62.
No, really good line, but a bit too much weight.
Require 37.
He got slightly closer than Taylor, but he'll be back. Looking at 5. For double, 16. To move 3 legs clear, and he does.
Shot on the 5th leg. Phil Taylor.
He's looking pretty
Seems
useful.
like he's filled it through first.
He's not at the same height as Michael van Gerwen as far as averages are concerned.
Game on.
But it doesn't matter. He's 4-1 ahead.
Well, he is up around the 100 mark, Phil Taylor.
Why is it, Chris, that when Phil Taylor is playing, it doesn't look like 100 average, but it is? It's just
42.
sneaky good, isn't it?
Well, yeah, when me and Dan were talking about the Michael van Gerwen performance earlier, it's actually just a little bit above his average performance.
60.
Any other player hits 100 average, it looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, you're right, we're just so used to seeing Phil Taylor do it over the years. There we see 96 at the moment. We're just so used to seeing him do it over the years that, so what?
Yeah.
But West will be...
174.
There's a brilliant visit from Taylor. West will be a little bit disappointed that he's not finding the form he found to send Mervyn King packing yesterday.
115.
Well, I know he's been hanging out with Mervyn today as they travelled together over here. No doubt they would have spoken about this game. And he got the ideal start by winning the first leg. But
59.
since then, it just hasn't clicked for Steve. Maybe it's a different rhythm or a different pace of play that hasn't suited him.
134.
But what I will say is that Steve West is playing well. This is a good sign for the rest of the season. And this game still isn't over. If he can just pep himself up a bit, nick a couple of legs, he'll be game on.
Every treble hurts at this stage.
Doesn't it just?
100.
126. Could be worse for West in this leg. He's got half a chance here. Needs to find a treble himself, though. Well, he's found one.
Another one will help.
85. Phil will require 126.
What he's got to say to himself now is that's okay. 107 is a beautiful number. Square it off with a treble 19 or a lovely 60, and then you've got a shot at a double. If Phil Taylor doesn't, if he doesn't hit the 126, and he doesn't, but only just.
Yeah, move the wire around the red bit then. Phil the Power Taylor. So West wants to give himself a dart at a double. First thing he needs to do is find a treble. He's done that. 10 for double top for West.
87.
He was hitting those shots last night. That's 25. The difference. 1 dart difference. Conventionally, Phil for a 9. Double 8. Double 4 now for 5-1. And a 4-leg advantage, and he gets it.
Shot on the 6th leg.
No bother at all.
Phil Taylor. 7th leg, Steve to through first. Game on.
The 16-time world champion is powering through to the next round here in Vienna. Looking for a last 16 spot against Kim Huybrechts.
60.
It's looking like it's going to be that fixture. I, for one, think that could be rather tasty. If Kim Huybrechts is watching this, he'll be licking his lips. What better way
140.
to kickstart your season in singles competition away from the World Cup than getting a victory against Phil Taylor? But he's not there yet.
140.
Yeah, we said he hasn't played for a couple of years. In 2014, when he last played, he got knocked out in the Austrian Darts Open in this round against Michael
60.
Smith. Sorry, in Gibraltar Darts Trophy. He played the Austrian one before that. I think he got to the quarter-finals. But the one before that, he won. He beat Michael van Gerwen in the final in Berlin. And that was at a time when Michael van Gerwen had already taken his mantle as the world number one. He loves nothing more than to get one over on MVG,
60.
and we saw that at the World Cup last week.
Absolutely true.
Now, can he finish with a fanfare here?
Well, I know he'll want to. When you're 5-1 up, you want to get off that stage as quick as possible. But in order to hit a 167, you've got to have a 60, which he's hit with a second dart.
125.
That's pretty useful. I think Steve may be resigned to his fate now. Don't hit a 180, Steve.
Ooh. He had a look.
165.
It's a fantastic setup shot, but will it be in vain as Taylor steps forward for 42 to follow the trend of the day? Seeds cruising through. Will the power follow? Double 16 required. Double 8. And that's the match for Phil the Power Taylor. Comprehensive win over Steve West, who couldn't quite live up to the standard he set yesterday. Taylor goes through to face Hybrex tomorrow. Fabulous return from Phil Taylor.
Yeah, don't miss that game tomorrow. That could well take top billing. Kim Hybrex is going to bring an aggressive game, and he's going to try and upset Phil Taylor. I can guarantee you that right now.
Yep, they've seen Phil Taylor, they've seen Michael van Gerwen, but the man they've all come to see is up next. Mensur Suljovic is on after we've heard from the Power.
Phil the Power Taylor. No. First of all, congratulations, Phil. And tell me, what makes the European Tour events special for you?
What makes it special? Austria. I love Austria. It's one of my favourite places in the whole world. Well, if not the favourite, to be honest with you. I've documented before. I love Austria. I've been lucky to drive through Austria into Switzerland and go through the mountains and back to Germany. It's beautiful, beautiful. You look like George Clooney, by the way. Don't he look like George Clooney?
No. Better the women say it. But, ich habe ihn gefragt, was diese European Tour Events so speziell machen für ihn. Und da sagt er, ja, zunächst mal liebt er Österreich, er liebt es, in den Bergen zu sein, er liebt auch die Schweiz, in Germany, also alles außerhalb Englands, das reizt ihn sehr und das gefällt ihm auch sehr. Let's come back to last week. Last week you managed to defend your title at the World Cup of Darts together with your teammate Adrian Lewis. Was that one of these moments to remember longer than others?
Oh, listen, my age now, every title is an accomplishment, if you know what I mean. It's massive for me because my time is coming to an end now. So anything that we win is a bonus for me. So I was proud. I'm proud of Adrian because Adrian played brilliant against Michael van Gerwen in the final game. So I'm a chuffed to bits, really am.
Thanks a lot and see you tomorrow. Thanks.